very disappointed it didn't start singing Jellicle Cats.
Cause Jellicles.
Nope. Stop it. Stop it. Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron Campaign world. I'm Philip.
I'm Eric.
I'm Colin.
Shoot or shoot, or so I'm told.
It's true.
And I'm Casey.
And welcome to another show, the beginning of Chapter 2. Title unknown. Eric, what happened last time?
So we got Donabella back to her mom, Mrs. Brightdoom. We got some sandwiches out of the deal, which, you know, better reward than we've gotten from some other jobs we've done this campaign. And went back to the treehouse for some unpacking of a lot of different things. And then in response to that, Ari felt the need to go drink. But no, we discussed a lot of Ezri's feelings on the rest of us being really rash and kind of not being as careful. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of one of the big center points of that conversation. Mm-hmm. And then we encountered the Moonspear family out in the streets. Pog and Ari did on their way back from the bar. Soleil Moonspear, Zenaida, thank you. I have the letters written down, could not figure out how to pronounce it, just my brain is broken. And Ilya gave the party a gift of some potions and some gauntlets.
And a basket.
And a basket, yes, and a basket. And that is everything that happened.
And I suppose a piece of cloth that was covering all those things in the basket.
Yeah.
So,
hand
and
towels
the bottles that the potions came in.
Well, that was the big talking point. Is Ezri was disappointed there was something in the bottles. So
to that point,
right?
These healing potions are, at least from my previous game knowledge, worth 200 gold a pop. Is that accurate? In this
50.
setting?
These are regular healing potions.
50.
So they
Okay.
So they do 1d8 plus something. No,
Still
Got to know the street value of a
2d4
potion,
plus 2.
right?
That's what it is. Yeah, 2d4 plus 2
2d4 plus 2. Oh.
is a standard.
That's just the
I mean,
retail value. On the street, you can get a decent markup if they're in demand. So
Yeah, for sure.
It's more than doubled our net worth.
I bet you could just park yourself out in the jungle and just when people stumble on you in desperate need, you could get 1,000 out of them probably.
Plant yourself in a creepy warehouse like I just played through in Resident Evil, and people will give you everything to be able to heal.
Just get a trench coat so you can be like, I got what you need. You need healing potions. You need watches.
We get watches.
Sundials.
Did you say baskets? You're selling the basket out there too? You're an evil man.
I'm just picturing Cal with the trench coat going around selling the healing potions.
Chapter 2, folks. That's what it's going to be
It's
from now
awesome.
on.
Yeah. All right. So, following these events, life, for a little while at least, moves back toward its usual rhythm. We're going to move forward in the timeline a bit and let your characters breathe and decide what they do with themselves following a pretty momentous week of upset in their usual lives schedule. So we're going to move forward about a month in the world. So it's been, I mean, you are, interesting note, you are exactly, Stormreach is exactly on the equator of Eberron.
Yikes. Okay.
Gross.
So the seasons here are wet and dry, as opposed to, a 4-season rotation.
Yeah.
But in the parts of the world that you all came from, it's been the tail end of winter, and it is now moving into spring. So we have been in the wet season and are starting to move towards the dry season. So the rains are lessening. The rains that I haven't mentioned at all have been lessening,
but they've been there.
And they've been there. Oh yeah. And things are starting to move towards summer. Jungle flowers are blooming, and it is getting hot as you move forward through the months of the spring, into the spring in the rest of the world. And so we're going to move past the month of Therindor, which is the March equivalent in Eberron, and into the month of Ere, which is April, more or less. And I want to know what the characters have gotten up to. Have you attempted to resume normal activities in the aftermath of this, or has there been some sort of alteration to daily life as you go about your lives? Well, I know what Eric's thing is, so Eric, you go.
Okay, so I mean, Ari has largely tried to go back to normal daily life. He has not replaced his loot. He's decided that there's other priorities right now than replacing that. So in addition to his day job of trying to work and retrieve lost goods for Kyrans and Korvar, he has also begun. He realized in the last job, being down amongst all the giant ruins and seeing that metallic disc that Tommel grabbed that was covered in giant script. One of us should probably learn how to speak giant, or at least read it. So he began asking around to see where he could learn giant for relatively cheap. All the tutors were charging an exorbitant amount, and it's like, well, I can't afford that, and also highway robbery. So,
so the difficult thing, I mean, on the one hand, it's easy to find someone who speaks giant in Stormreach. Yeah. Lots of people, most of the people who live here, who have lived here for a long time, have picked up giant. The difficulty, of course, is in an ideal world, you'd learn to speak from someone who grew up speaking giant, as opposed to someone who's picked it up along the way. And so that's going to be really only a couple categories of people other than the people who are going to charge you money for it, which, as you say, you can't really afford. And as Xanathar's Guide to Everything tells you, you definitely can't afford.
I can afford 1 week worth of training.
You can learn tourist. You can learn tourist giant.
Yeah.
You have enough cash for tourist giant.
Where bathroom? I'm here.
Yeah. Ari.
Hello, my name is Ari. Where is the library?
That's what I was thinking. Donde está la biblioteca?
And those two categories of people who are, natives to Zindric who speak giant are the Drow, and of course giants. And Drow are hard to track down. There are some Drow in the city. Obviously, some Drow who live in the city, but Drow are hard to track down, and you also know some Goliaths who would speak giant. So I would say that options for Ari, Solarka's family, all of whom have grown up speaking giant. And you know the Moon Spears. Sole and Zenaida are never really in town during the day. They both do work that takes them outside of the city. So there's more or less someone in Solarka's family, or there's Ilya.
You know, you're presenting Ilya as an option, and that's very tempting.
That's
No, I would probably, I would not want to, like, it would just be odd, I feel like, to go ask a child, like, hey, can you teach me how to speak this language? So probably go to Solarka's family, to Black Iron, and inquire if Solarka or one of her brothers might be interested in this endeavor. I mean, Ari's only frame of reference for Hular is through Pog. So
Sure.
Ari is kind of like, not looking forward to meeting the man. So, yeah.
all right. So you find yourself at Black Iron. The sounds of a active forge are the dominant feature of the world when you're in this place. It's loud, and you sort of yell at Solarka's brothers a couple of times.
Aye.
And they all sort of nod you towards Hular. And when you come to Hular and present this question, Hular looks at you for a long minute in a sort of inscrutable way. Hular is craggy, like thick, angular, big jaw, heavy brow, like he is a craggy individual. You want me to teach you, giant? You don't have money.
Yeah. That was your reaction is expected.
There's a spray of embers as he pulls a hot iron out of the forge.
You should wear a shirt in here.
What do you trade?
I'm more than happy to trade. What I can offer you a list of the services that I feel qualified to provide something, and you can let me know what that would be.
He looks at you skeptically. What do you do?
Well, I'm good with words. I could do some marketing or advertising for Black Iron. Get more customers coming in, get more business, make more money for you. So in that way, I'm producing money for you.
Last time somebody suggested that dinosaurs ran rampant across my marketplace. It was not good for business.
But I'm not that. I have a no dinosaur guarantee. Dino DNA. I would not do that. I would be much more mundane about it in terms of what I could do. I'm a fairly, not to toot my own horn too much, fairly intelligent person, have a good eye for business. So maybe I could, take a look at your books and see ways that
Scalding steam hisses up around you as he quenches something.
Ari's hair frizzes a little bit, not from heat, but just the humidity. It's just...
Hular is entirely bald.
Yeah. Unsurprising. Ari is, he has his hair up, but he is wearing a piece of cloth wrapped around the base of his hairline to cover up his mark. So yeah, I mean, that's what I could do. Help you drum up business, maybe cut down on your overhead. So you're spending less money to make more money. That's, I would be more than happy to do that in exchange for, I mean, if your stuff is written in Giant, then that would be, some good applicable learning, some real
Our
world.
boy just left. You want to be new boy?
I'm a man. What does being your boy entail?
He reaches down and picks up a bucket and puts it in your hand.
Oh, two buckets?
No, just one.
Okay.
Sarlashta.
Sarlashta.
He knocks on the bucket. Sarlashta.
Sarlashta.
He points into the bucket. Alashta.
Alashta. Sarlashta. Alashta.
And he stares at you.
I mean, Ari is like looking around. Is there any clear application that he could make of this? Like,
What are you holding?
I'm holding a bucket of water.
What? No, you're just holding a bucket.
A bucket.
Oh, bucket. Oh,
What goes in the bucket?
Oh,
Smaller buckets.
Yeah. Okay, so where would Ari heads to a water source?
There's a river.
Okay, so Ari begins walking with a bucket. This seems like a waste of my talents, I do have to say, but...
And that's what you do during your lessons. You fetch water, you sweep, you clean greasy rags.
Hope these ancient giant ruins talk a lot about brooms.
And most of the vocabulary you are getting is forge-related vocabulary.
Yeah.
And mundane activity-related vocabulary. As well as a fairly useful smattering of giant curses.
Excellent.
And expletives.
Make use of those.
As it goes. Cool.
Since none of my companions can speak giant, Ari can talk how he really feels.
There you go. So as as the weeks go by, you begin to, be able to hold halting conversations with some of the people at the forge. So we'll leave Ari there for a moment. What about the rest of you? What does everybody do with their the
Esri
next
has a debt to speak about and a laboratory to engage in experiments with. So
okay.
yes, first thing is he needs to have a conversation with Geralt.
All right. So yes, so you make your way back down to Gerald's in the Harbor District, and Gerald, seeing you come in, smiles. He's in the midst of dusting off his hat. Ah, Esri, my boy, what can I do for you today?
Hello, Geralt. I have come to make my first payment.
Your first payment. Excellent, excellent. And what portion of the debt can we expect today?
I have a question about that.
Yes.
Math, not my strong suit. So I owe...
Currently, you owe me 110 gold pieces.
Yes. Okay, that part I got right. Let's say I paid 60 of that today.
Excellent.
What would I owe next week?
Next week, you would owe me 60 gold pieces.
Okay, so it's 10% of the principal every week,
Yes,
not
of
10%
course.
of the remaining. Okay.
You really got to read this paperwork next time, Esri. Jesus God.
Paperwork.
Wow.
Or just ask some questions.
Maybe have a conversation here.
10% of the principal.
Oof. I'm pretty sure my weight is higher than my credit score, and I know this is a terrible deal.
I'm absolutely certain, though, that doesn't count when it goes up. It's compounding if it goes up. It's just on the principal if it goes down.
Oh, certainly.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna pay off all of it today.
Wow.
We had
You have had a profitable week.
yeah, I had a good job, and
And we're paid.
No, it was
Excellent.
good.
Excellent.
yes. All right, so one
Good show, my boy. Good show.
110, huh?
Yes, 110. Unless you need to keep some for walking around money. You can always hold on to it for the next week. I know you'll eventually be good for it.
You know, let's call it 8. Let's do 80. Let's do 80.
80.
And
very well.
And then I
Next
need
week
some to
you'll
set
owe me
up the
40.
shop.
Excellent.
Right. 40. Right.
Doesn't count as healthy credit if it's with a loan shark.
This is not building up a history here, my boy.
He pulls out.
Now, girls, do
chunk
you
of
report
money.
to the credit agencies in Stormwind?
Is this on my FICO?
He pulls out a chunk of money that before he got his loan would have been the most money he had ever seen in his life in one place, and sort of follows it the whole way across. Drops
Geralt-
the coins.
Geralt takes in the pile of money once you have set it down, nods, and then sweeps it into the cash box.
Great. That's
A pleasure, a pleasure. I hope you'll continue to be
burden
this
lifted.
profitable.
yes.
Excellent, excellent.
I
Have you been to
need
see
some
the laboratory?
Right. No, that's where I'm headed right now, and it's not stocked, right? It's
I've managed to acquire a few tools that will probably be useful to you. I'm not myself an alchemist, but
great. Well,
mortars
I'll
and
go.
pestles and things like that.
Well, that's wonderful. I will go check it out and
Excellent.
get started.
Excellent, my boy, excellent. One moment. Orson! And a guy steps in through another room. Show Esri here to the lab that I had you set up this week. And, all right, boss, this way. And Orson leads you out and down the street.
We'll
and
do like a
to-
I'll back out the door and like do
Yeah.
a flourishy bow.
Geralt sweeps his hat on and off and drops an elaborate bow. Orson leads you around.
As soon as he's
and a
out
block
the shop,
over.
it's just like
The building Dorson shows you to is functional. It's old. It's clearly abandoned, and has a. It would not be in a place that ever got cold weather. It would be very unpleasant, but it has a solid roof, and it will keep out rain. But beyond that,
better than
it's
my bedroom.
That's by design, though. It's not much to speak of. Inside, there is a table and just enough stuff to be considered a set of alchemist tools.
Okay. Well, I do
so-
have a poisoner's. Well, I have proficiency in poisoner's kit and herbalism kit. I don't
Okay.
know that I technically own those.
Probably not.
Yeah. So I guess I need to acquire those things.
So the poisoner's kit, yeah, one of those would probably be necessary, depending on what you want to work on. An herbalist kit would be more about probably poultices and things like that. Poisoner's kit would be more specifically about poisons, obviously. You could make a start with the tools that he has.
Okay.
The poisoner's kit would make it easier to make more elaborate things. But there's
Will
enough
that
here that
count-
if you...
Will it count as proficiency if I'm using an alchemist kit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
So you can roll for the work downtime activity if you would
Okay.
like to begin working. So this is going to be a roll using a set of tools. This is going to be intelligence plus your proficiency with the alchemist, or with the tools that you've got.
Okay. Well, as everyone knows, I'm highly intelligent plus 0. So here we go.
You're the smartest person Pog knows.
As far as he knows. Good roll. That'll be an 18 total.
Oh, nice. Okay, so 18. That's pretty good.
So what I'm working with at the moment is the specific things. I've got the mouth goo. I can't remember the creature's name. I'm sorry, but from the thing.
The
And
Otieg?
Otieg, yes.
Probably. Yeah.
And then, well, I can't remember if I made it out with one of those poison darts.
Yes, I believe
I
you
tried
did.
to. I know at one point she magicked it away from me.
Right.
But
I think you did.
I believe
end
I
up
said
with
I went
one
and
of
picked
them.
it up.
And some boggle oil.
Yes.
Because you definitely took some samples of boggle oil. And did you get away with a piece of Kruthic? I thought I remembered you taking some Kruthic for the acid blood.
I noted that they had acid
Okay.
blood, but there were things there were things happening that required
Things trying to
attention.
kill you, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not an ideal research environment.
It was not. And I didn't have I didn't have these cool jars that
That's
I need
true.
to empty very quickly.
There are various. I mean, there is a little like one of those wooden milk crates, like the old milk bottles would come in, on the table with a ridiculous assortment of not at all clean jars. But they are containers. They would hold fluids and other things. Okay, so you are currently, with that roll, you are currently making 2 gold pieces every week.
Oh, excellent.
So you can add, what are we going? Sorry, my calendar is in a different part of my notebook. Let me jump back to that. You can add 10 gold pieces to your inventory for the proceeds that Gerald shares.
So we're
with you.
talking 5 weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless you've got a plan to take a week off.
No, that's fine. But that's 10 more gold every week.
It is. So you could think of it as -8 gold pieces.
All right.
Could have paid it off.
This has gone so badly.
After the first week, I realized, okay, I can make this work. I don't have to go buy a bunch of stuff.
Right.
I'll go back and pay off the rest.
Okay. All right. So
that's 40
the
more.
following week you owe him 40 more. Yep.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. Gerald offers you more time if you need it.
He's very generous.
What? Overwhelmingly so.
He's an extremely thoughtful loan shark.
Would you like some more money, my boy?
Anytime.
Literally flowing out of my pockets.
Would you like to refinance, my boy?
You have any other debts? I could just bundle them.
Uber up.
When did he become Sally Mae over here? This is terrible.
The second major thing or I guess the third major thing on my list is I promised to return to the Rubble Warren in a week to try to pay a bounty on wanted posters.
Yeah. So you are met by Cadric and Levexi, and you learn a couple of things. One, Bajak has been grounded. 2,
Because of the incident.
Yeah, it was pretty impossible for him to hide it from his parents. I mean, there was a big cut down his back, and his shirt was all messed up. So he's such. He just caves. I mean, you push just a little bit, and he just caves. So he came clean, and he's grounded. So
I know a
he
guy
hasn't
like that.
been around for a couple of days. And but me and Levexi got these, and they hold up a sheaf of 20 posters.
Ah, very good. And I want to check through them and see that they are printed and not childlike forgeries.
They are all real.
All right. I believe I said 1 copper per.
I think it was 2.
Now, see, what I said was ask for double, not lie.
Yeah, it was 1.
I have folded quick.
So that's 2 silver. So I will give a silver to each. Oh, and right before I hand it to Levexi, say, by the way, how old are you?
Rude.
We're not very good at judging the ages of kobolds, and it just we can't tell.
You can't tell.
No, are you an adolescent like your friends, or right? Are you a kid?
Oh, kobold.
Kedrick, do you know how old Levexi is?
I don't know.
No.
She is timeless.
I see. Okay. Oh, I'm 7.
7 years.
What's
Yes.
days? You found me on the day of my birth.
Generations.
Interesting. Okay. No, that's good. That's what. Yeah. Here you go. Here's your silver. Great. Tell you what. If you find any more, hold on to them. I'll come by every now and then and see if I can run into you. Do I need to certify that you accomplished the quest to anyone? I don't know how your system works.
Oh no, we're both here, so we can witness it.
Okay. Great.
This quest is called Cover Up.
Cover up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Right. All right. So anyway, yeah, same bounty. Anytime you find any more, just rip them on down. Hold on to them. I'll keep these.
I don't know. Maybe the second week the price goes up.
Here we go. That's good. That's good.
Coppers.
I will do 2 coppers for any further wanted posters. You could. Has to be specifically this one. Specifically this one. Don't care about other criminals. Just this one.
Okay.
Okay. Is Donabella still coming around and
Oh yeah.
doing quests?
She's not here today, and she hasn't gone around on this quest with us. But yeah, she's
Sure.
come around a couple of times.
Okay, and
We haven't gone
she's
back
okay?
down into the Undercity.
You really shouldn't.
Yeah. We need more stuff before we go back down. Better stuff.
Yes, like years of age.
Swords,
No,
axes, armor.
that's not a bad idea.
No.
Well,
yeah, she seems to be okay.
Thank you. Good. That's good to know. All right. I don't know what to say to kids. Good luck.
Bye.
Bye.
See
Yeah,
you later.
see ya.
You non-fist bumpers.
Farewell.
Yeah. Could y'all just try not to die? Just maybe don't die. Not dying is good.
Do you have to try?
Yes.
We just sort of go
Yes.
around not dying.
That's what we do also.
Only barely in some of our cases.
And I walk away.
Okay. Outstanding.
I love them so much.
Me too. I want to go back.
And,
For
and
5
the last thing
weeks,
is I will
Paul goes back to the
intentionally
Rebel
walk by the Bright Doom residence regularly.
Okay.
I won't loiter too long, but just see if I can bump into Donabella.
Okay. Yeah, you would eventually be able to. Somewhere in there, you would encounter her coming or going across the little market square, or playing on the steps, or something like that.
Okay. If she doesn't engage,
hey.
if she doesn't like, okay.
I remember
Hey.
you.
Yeah, you would think so. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. How is your And then he stops speaking out loud. Says, "How is your practicing going?"
Oh, it's well.
Not out loud. You can talk back to me without saying anything out loud.
No, I can't do that.
You can if you can see me. I can let you do that.
No, I've never been able to do that before.
Yeah, but try. All you have to
I
do
need a
is
board.
think at me.
Because Mom's not happy with all the holes. Because the little raven thing is sharp. So I need some kind of board that I can work on.
Okay.
Because she said I couldn't use the door. But
I bet I can get you a board.
Really? That'd be great.
Probably. Let's see why that would be a problem.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I totally need a board.
No one's come around to ask about your
Like-
abilities or
Oh, no, I mean, Ilya and Kadric and Lovexi a little bit. But
so they all know.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they saw I was doing it, when all the bug lizards were trying to.
Yeah,
get
well,
us.
there's a lot going on, and I don't know. Maybe they didn't notice, but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Also, I was showing them because
Right.
it's
That's
awesome.
kind of what I. Yeah.
And it's like it's cool. It's like a different way of leveling up because we all got cool gear. Because like I got my little, and she pulls out little throwing raven, throwing star, and
Yeah, you stole
Ilya. No, it was on the ground. I just picked it up. And Ilya made a spearhead out of one of those Kruthic legs.
Really. Okay, that
And
is
so we
pretty
like
cool.
our gear leveled up.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
It's cool.
yeah. It's good. I will try to find you a board, and I'll just leave it. I'll leave it on your front step.
Awesome.
Okay. Good. You're alive, and
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Practicing.
What?
good.
Of course I'm
Good.
We're alive, right?
For now, yeah.
All right. That's a
I
weird
walk
thing
away.
to say. All right.
And I guess I need to procure a board somehow.
Okay. I think that's probably very easy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
take apart a bridge or something.
You've got a guy who works in a bar.
You live also
I
on
can
the
take
edge of
apart
a
the
jungle.
bar.
Like there's deadfall. But yeah, a broken stool from Bog's Bar or something like that. Yep.
Ooh, we could paint it like
all
a,
right.
a target.
Do you
So
have
I'm gonna break a stool
Druidcraft?
at
You could
Ponstar.
like grow a target on it.
I mean,
That's awesome.
yes, I have all druid spells, so.
It's a cantrip, so you might not.
Oh, I have to take that specifically. Well,
Yeah, cantrips
then
pick.
not yet.
Okay, well, still. All right. What are others doing?
You or me here, Shade. What do you want to do?
I'll go, but that feels selfish.
Get it.
How dare you play the game?
I know, it's so rude. Shade is going to, for the most part, attempt to go back to normal life, which means not going into town, just doing her expeditions into the jungle to earn money. Although her ads that she had posted, because that's why she learned to read and write, are much less targeted at a particular drow now.
You notice that Soleil also seems to give you a little more space. Like he's not, before when you were just trying to talk people into letting them take you out, Soleil would often sort of swoop in, and being a genuine drow from Zendrick, it's hard for you to compete with that. His face and tattoos are the advertisement of his proficiency in the jungles of Zendrick, at least
and between
to
the
an
two of us,
outsider.
hands down, he is way more charismatic than I am.
Yeah. To an insider, they're literally an advertisement of his proficiency in the jungles of Zendrick, but none of you can understand the tattoos. So, but yeah, he gives you a little more space in that, and so business is a little bit better. Give me a survival check for work.
Can I push that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
No, now roll for how many people got killed on that expedition.
I rolled a 2.
What kind of Donner Party stuff do you have going on right now?
I did, in fact, not earn much money at all.
What did you end up with?
All right. I rolled a 20.
Oh,
So not a natural 20, but 16 plus 4. Math.
20. Okay. So you also manage, and you're doing this, essentially you're back to doing this full time, like you're going out every day? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then you also manage
Anything
to earn
that keeps
10
me
gold
away
pieces.
from the city. Sweet.
One night after you've had a particularly weird day in the jungle. So we haven't really addressed this in game, but the reason that jungle guides are so important is Zendrick isn't a normal jungle. There's something that's known as the Traveler's Curse that affects Zendrick. That's just the colloquial term for it, but that affects Zendrick. That no one really has any idea why. There's, of course, a bazillion crackpot theories, but no one has any idea why. And that is essentially that the roads and paths through the jungle are not static. That you might go out into the jungle and not be able to follow the same path back to the city. It also means that saying, "Can you get me out to this location in the jungle?" is a, well, if it's there, sure. So going far from the city, it gets worse the farther you go from the city. And I'm assuming that since Shade is mostly day tripping out, she's not going very far. So Shade's work is not, extreme danger, but it is hazardous. And you've had a day where it wasn't the way it normally is. Normally, you don't have much trouble with this. Normally, the jungle seems to stay put for you. It just, the paths seem to be there. And it's not that way one day. And that probably troubles you a good deal because Shade has this feeling that, nature is just sort of always looking out for her. And it seems like today it's not. And you're stuck out in the jungle overnight, trying to work your way back with the party. And while you sleep, you find yourself wandering in that tree city again. Enormous, vibrantly colored trees, the leaves in every color of the rainbow, music in the treetops, beautiful starlight everywhere. And as you wander through, seeing fantastical creatures walking through the streets, it's like walking through a fairy tale city. There's upright beasts walking around and conversing with each other. There are other brightly colored animals that are familiar beast shapes, but incredible, spectacular color schemes. And then again, there's that terrible screeching tear, and it's all broken again. The trees are burnt, and the buildings are crumbled and collapsed, and you see bones in the streets where the various creatures and citizens of this city were once a moment ago just walking around. But the dream doesn't just end. You keep walking, and everywhere is desolation, and you're running and looking for how you get out of this. And you begin to hear, where is everyone? Where is everyone? When is this? Echoing through the sounds.
Do I see where that's coming from?
It seems to be coming from all around you.
Is this like a lucid dream?
You can react.
Can I think and react?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Shade's initial reaction would to speak to the voices inside her head.
Sure.
But she would start to sort of search out. Is there a direction that you move closer and the voice gets louder?
Mm-hmm. As you start trying to find it, the voice shifts a little bit, and you hear, "Wait. Who's there? Can you hear me?"
Can you hear me?
Someone's there. Where? And the scene begins to rapidly shift to different parts of the city. And suddenly you find yourself inside. There's an enormous hall that's open to the sky, and you can tell that once the roof of this hall was the foliage and branches of an enormous tree in the center of the room. but the tree is dead and broken. And sitting in front of it, there is a figure, cat-like in form, with pale cream-colored fur with black spots all over it. And rising from its shoulders, a pair of white and black speckled wings. And as it turns, the face is feline, but highly intelligent, almost like something halfway between feline and human. And it looks at you and says, "You're alive. Find me." And you wake up.
Awesome.
Very disappointed it didn't start singing Jellicle Cats.
Cause Jellicles can.
Nope.
and
Nope.
Jellicles
Nope.
do.
Nope. Stop it. Stop it.
My fault.
That's an amazing pitch meeting, by the way. If someone wants to go look at it, it's perfect.
Yes, it is.
This was out on a trip, right?
Yes.
That's where that dream is out. Okay, so
You wake and it is morning.
The morning. Gray mist everywhere. You are dead.
Chapter 2, new character.
Every chapter, Philip just rolls a die and one of our characters eats it.
This
It would
episode
be
of
mine. It
KSA.
would absolutely be
Shade.
mine that died first.
The fans would riot.
I would be sad. I clearly this group is not going to be helpful in knowing any of the answers to my questions. I am supposedly the
Sure.
expert to them, so trying to get them back to the.
You guys ever have weird dreams?
Did you see the broken tree city too?
about a jungle being destroyed.
Yeah, you are able to make your way back to the city.
So immediately head back home. Let people know I'm okay if they're worried about me. And then I would first talk to Cal. He's either on the couch or if he didn't go with me. Sometimes I like for him to randomly appear on the outings because then it's like, ooh, look, tourists, look at this rare cat.
Add one more gold to your total because that's a wonderful scam.
That's outstanding.
Shade cares very much what her friends think about her, but nobody else. So, or so Cal either spends time on the couch or she took the basket. Shade took the basket and the cloth and made like a little cat space in her room up at the top of the treehouse. So, Cal, gotta give him options.
Sure.
We all need some space to get away from Esri sometimes. Esri has been the most vocally against Cal.
Cal did not make the list of 3.5 people that he cares about.
I know.
You would
Not a person.
just talk to Cal or actually speak to Cal using like the speak with animals ability.
Speak with animals. Yes, I would cast that to be able to have a back and forth conversation.
Yeah. What do you say to Cal?
You ever have weird dreams?
Pretty sure I met your cousin in a dream.
Do you just segue
It's
back into your
absolutely-
own joke? That's a talent.
To leopard's dream of Fey Shield.
I love the idea that she legitimately doesn't know how to talk to other people. So like this, she thinks is like a normal conversation starter now. Waiting in line at the food cart. So do you have weird dreams too?
What the hell? I'm gonna go find a different cart to eat at. Jeez.
Peoples, am I right?
Okay. No, she does not start that way with Cal. She would have told him about the dream beforehand,
Sure.
but would have brushed it off previously. And so this time she's unnerved, very unnerved that the forest kept her for a day longer. So feeling a little unnerved again, because I don't have another word at the moment. And so she's upset, and so casts the spell and is like, the forest, it didn't stay the same this time, and then when I stayed there, I had the same dream but longer, and a cat spoke to me, but not like you. It was a cat that had wings, and it told me that I was alive, but I already knew that, so I don't know why it needed to tell me that. But and then it told me to find it. Do you know a city in the trees?
Well, where I come from, there are lots of cities and trees.
Did one get really terribly, sadly destroyed and killed a lot of creatures that lived in it? And yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Certainly not to me. Certainly no city I was ever in did.
Sorry, it's the cat episode.
That's so precious. Do you know another intelligent cat with? And she describes it. It was cream colored and right. Yes, we have the intelligent cat here, but this one had wings.
So incredibly loud.
I know,
I'm about
I
to
can
get
hear
him
the
down.
purring. I love it.
I can't kick him straight off as soon as he
Yeah.
comes. I'll mute. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
No.
It's
Okay, buddy.
It doesn't sound like a creature I know.
Do you know how to find out? Someone we could talk to? Or I'm much better at reading books now. Maybe I can find a book about tree cities that burned with winged cat. I don't.
Someone else from Thelanis. Perhaps. But my experience did not involve a lot of reading history.
This is gonna sound weird. Not that anything else has sounded normal, but I don't know if it is history. The cat being asked when this was, and so I don't know if it's moving through at different times. It sounded very confused.
I don't know. Another Fey being with greater experience and more human intelligence or elven intelligence. I am, after all, actually just a leopard.
A very smart, beautiful, brave leopard.
Well, yes, of course. Of course. But my life in Thelanis was hunting and stalking and climbing trees and sleeping in the sun.
That sounds amazing.
I didn't mostly live in a city.
That makes sense.
All right.
So, player question here. Because of the tribe that she grew up in, she would be very familiar with Thelanis and what all of that meant, right?
Yeah.
Would she have any idea how to go about finding another Fae?
Well, let's see. You would know, Shade would know, that elves are descended from the Fae, from Thelanis. That the elven race began its existence in Thelanis, as best as anyone can tell. So that would certainly be the most accessible group. Gnomes also. The other angle being druids, the druidic people you're aware of nearby would be the giants in the tents of Rushime across the river, are a druidic society. So those would be the two most obvious avenues, would be elves or the giants of Rushime.
Okay. And the Giants of Roshime, that's Solarka and her family have a connection to them, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Shade does not love druidic cultures, but she likes Solarka.
Mm-hmm. And Colin.
Who's calling?
Oh yeah, Pog things. Pog's gonna go back to work. Pog loves work. So we're gonna go back to regular work, except 3 days after going back, working a day shift. We're gonna take some to-go meals and go to the Bright Doom house and pay back the meal. Just knock on the door, hope to see Mrs. B, and give some food back.
Okay. So if you go in the evening, you would probably have worked out that she's gone most of the day. So if you go in the evening, then Mrs. Bright Doom answers the door to
Pog.
do you know, I'm not sure that I ever learned your name.
I'm Pog, Mrs. B. I'm Pog. Yes,
Hi.
ma'am. Hi.
What can I do for you, Pog?
You gave us food the other night, and I think sometimes making dinner is lots of work for a mom. So I just wanted to bring you some dinner back. Thank you. That's all.
You don't. It was. I was trying to say thank you for getting Donabella back. You don't have to.
No, and I'm saying thank you for your thank you. I'm just. It's not. I just.
She. Come in.
Oh no! I just. It's you don't know. I just wanted to give you. It's.
You brought food. Come in, and we'll eat it.
Okay.
So this is how Pog dies.
Yeah, you are allowed in. Donabella, your
Pog.
Pog is here. One of the ones who rescued you. There is
Helped. We just helped. We just helped her.
there's a distinct thunk sound that comes down from upstairs, and then the tumbling sound of a kid running down the steps. Yeah. And Donald, Pog. Wait, is everything okay?
Hi. Yeah. No, hi, Donovan. I just was giving your mom dinner since she gave us dinner, and so I just wanted to bring you guys some food is all.
To-go dinner. What is it?
I'm not sure. I told Carl that I needed food for a girl and her mom, and he said, I know just what you need, and he gave it to me, so we're going to find out together.
Okay. And Mrs. Brightdoom is setting out food, or setting out plates and bowls and things like that, and is beginning to serve out the food. What has Carl packed for you?
It's the most basic, because he had no idea what I was actually going for. And so it's just going to be like, there's probably a good stew in there. I would imagine a nice hearty bar stew, and some kind of very starchy side, probably like a twice baked potato type thing.
I was really hoping Carl read that as Pog was meeting a girl's mom for the first time for dinner and made something really special. Like, I know.
No, it's still just bar food, but when you sell Pog on anything being good, he goes for it. Yeah.
So you and Donabella and Mrs. Brightdoom sit down, and there's a long sort of silence, and then Mrs. Brightdoom says, so, Pog, what do you
ma'am.
do?
I work in a bar, the bar that this is from. I didn't buy this food. This is food that we have at the bar. That's why it was not hard for me to have this food. I work in a bar. I help Carl. It's Carl's bar. The Sword and Sheath. It's where I work.
I don't think I've been there.
Don't go.
Make it over into.
Don't go. No, don't go. It's not
Why?
a good bar. It's not a good.
Why is it not a good bar?
I mean, it's not always a nice bar. Sometimes
I see.
there's fights and there's really bad music. Ari used to play there, and there's boggles sometimes. It's not a great bar, but I really like Carl. No, I thought so too when I first heard about this whole thing. It's like a little slimy monster that prays to a big mouth and steals your purses.
There are boggles there? That's awesome.
Well, not anymore.
Pog
No,
was going to say, and what do you do?
Not
I
anymore.
feel
What
like
happened
you're
to it?
just
Did you
way off.
fight it?
No. Not the boggle, but we fought the big
something?
mouth.
What did you fight?
Yeah, those
Fought the big mouth.
Oh, I forgot you weren't there with the other ones. And then I'm going to regale with the story of the procurement of the teeth, telling the story with the same kind of elaboration that we've been giving to Solarka with the retelling of the tale.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's such a good quest. You
Yeah.
guys must be like level 4 or something by now.
you would think so.
You would
You would think so, right? You by all of our math, yeah, for sure. but no, not yet.
Maybe when we've played for 24 hours.
Well, you guys just need to get better at record keeping, I guess, or something, or figure out who's recording what levels everyone is.
No, I'm pretty sure everything has been recorded pretty well that we've done. We've taken good care of recording it. Is this my first experience of super meta existence? Is this what it was like to be on Community, you guys?
This was the one where Pog looks directly into the camera for the first time.
The gym look.
What do you mean this is for a documentary? Thank you, Mrs. B, for letting me have the dinner here with you guys. It was really nice. It is really
very
nice.
nice of you to bring it, Pog. It was very thoughtful, and it did save me a lot of time.
Good. I don't know anything about mom work, but I thought it might help. So I'm gonna go to the treehouse. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night, Donabella.
Good night, Pog. She punches your fist real hard.
You're
Poor girl.
You're almost level 4 for sure.
Yeah.
Outside of that, just working until I'm assuming that Pog would know very well what Ari has been filling his days with in his tutoring. And I'm going to say 3 weeks in out of our 5. One night as we're both home,
My arms.
Ari,
What's up, buddy?
so you know how you've been like working at the forge all the time?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Sucks. I hate it. Why do you ask?
Ari's hands are like, his arms are like black up to the wrist, as he has been greasing various tools at the forge, and he doesn't know that Solarka's brothers have mixed black paint into the grease.
Outstanding.
None of them look like this after they do it. I don't understand.
Well, they're better, I'm sure. Just because they've been doing it a lot. Not that you're bad, but you're probably not good like
I'm
they
bad, Pog. I know I'm bad. I tried to tell Hular I would be better served doing other things, but this is as creative as he can get.
Yeah. Well, you should probably try singing while you work so he knows that you're a good singer, and then we'll have you. No, he's probably going to keep you carrying buckets and getting black hands. Okay.
I'm a good singer, you jackwagon.
I know there are people that really like it.
What do you want? I assume we're in Ari's room at this point.
So, you know Solarka, right?
Yeah.
And she and I have like we've had foods and stuff together before.
Yeah.
I want to ask her to like have foods with just me, but like not like food carts, like
Yeah.
you know, when together have foods.
A date?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A date to have foods date with me.
Totally. I mean, you haven't asked her yet, I'm assuming.
No, No.
Okay.
No. No, not yet. Help
Do you need
me.
help figuring out how to ask her? Yeah.
Help me. All of it. The asking, the not clothes like this, and the foods, and can you help me
Yeah.
with?
Yeah,
with
totally, buddy.
Solarka, please.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I'll get a feel for her temperature on everything
What?
during the day. I'll just.
No, like her. Don't touch Solarka.
It's a metaphor.
I-
It's a metaphor. I'm not actually going to feel her. It's to see if she would be, if she would say yes. Basically, I'll bring you up. I'll talk about you while we're working during the day. See how she responds. Based on everything I've seen, I think she likes you, but I'll do a bit more targeted effort.
Cool.
And then we'll figure out, once we know she's going to say yes, we'll figure out where to go, what to do, all that kind of stuff. I'll see if I can maybe figure out if she has a favorite type of food or something that you can.
Yes,
ask
yeah,
her.
yeah. That's the kind of thing. It should be her favorite. That's good thinking.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the kind I need help with.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just keep doing you. I'll, over the next week or so, just, lay some hints, try to do some information gathering, and see what I can come up with. All right?
Okay.
What role would you like to make me do, Dungeon Master?
You're trying to subtly work this
Survival.
out, I assume.
Perception.
So it's going to be insight.
Insight?
You're trying to work out what you're trying to do this subtly, right? Like you're not like actually going to walk up and ask her if she wants to go out with Pog.
If the role is insight, he might be.
Yeah, let's
So
see,
you're going to
let's
be
see.
like dropping hints and seeing if she's picking up what you're putting down.
I was thinking like bringing up Pog in conversation and stuff, like talking him up while seeing how she responds, kind of thing.
Okay.
So, yeah. So still insight.
So you want to gain
Well,
some
I know
insight
you're
into
good.
how she feels.
Yeah, I know you're good at the talking him up part.
yeah.
So I know that's not
talking
going to be a problem. But can you work out her reaction to that? Is
Yeah.
the question.
Can you see in to her mind on this topic?
Yeah.
Do you have vision on the opposite of the out?
I'd like to cast Charm Person.
Okay, dude. What in the Esri is happening here?
Right? Okay, no, I'll make an insight roll.
All right, go for it.
I can make her like you for an hour. Just saying.
I'm going to push that roll. I rolled
My
a 20.
man.
Okay.
That's going to be a 15. I
15,
rolled a
okay.
16. I have a -1.
For the record,
So-
player side, Eric just took damage. Ari took damage to see
be a wingman.
whether or not Pog can go on a date. That's a real
This
one
is
right there, y'all.
important to-
That's
to
a real
Ari.
one.
She seems to brighten anytime you are talking about Pog, and seems to listen very attentively anytime that is the topic, and not so much when you're talking about any of the others, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I forgot Shade's her friend, too. That does kind of sing, huh? Shade, whatever. Was I able to find out any of the, favorite
Oh,
type
sure.
of food?
Sure.
That kind of stuff. Her ideal first date.
You stole the 20-question Cosmo quiz that she had taken.
Gosh, she.
On this episode of Make Your DM Jump Through Hoops.
Yeah.
Hey, you tried to yes and him real hard with that dinner preparation.
I really did. Yeah.
And it's got to thread the needle to where it's very much not Solarka thinking that Ari's like, so what's your ideal first date, Solarka?
Right. Yeah. No, that's
What kind of food do you like?
I don't eat Ari.
I mean, Ari has a +4 charisma. I feel like he's just ambiently charming. Like, he's not going to...
sure.
How many shirts have you burned off?
I have to imagine it's getting to be hotter. We live on the equator. I'm working in a forge. This is genuinely like no shirts, no shoes, no problem kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
no shoes problem.
Yeah, no shoes is a bad idea.
Real big issue.
Like, what's funny to me is I don't know what Ari. We've established Ari's Ari's a decent looking guy, and so Ari's not like flabby or anything out of his shirt, but he's working in a forge surrounded by Goliaths.
yeah.
And
He
so
seems real small.
It's, by comparison, he looks just emaciated and really pale.
Looks like a boy.
Yeah.
Next to
Yeah, he's the boy. This is our boy.
I'm a man.
Which is what all of our of Solarka's brothers call you, his boy.
Yeah.
Her favorite place is the ship's cat. I don't have some better. So her favorite place is the ship's cat.
Okay. Ship's cat. Okay. All right. So after a week, when Ari and Pog are at home together, Ari said, "So, Pog, about what we talked about last week with the Solarka situation.
Yep.
So I have some good news. Anytime you come up in conversation, she seems happier than when I'm talking about Esri or Shade or myself. So,
Cool.
so that's good. So I think if you were to ask her on a date, I think she would say yes. Her favorite place to eat is the ship's cat. So I know that's not like the fanciest place, but it's a first date. Keep it casual. Keep it light. Nothing too serious. So yeah, I would ask her, buddy, and just you've known Solarka for a while, so you have some good foundation. It's not like you're having to meet her for the first time and get through all the awkward, like, where'd you grow up? You got any siblings? You know that they're all scary. But yeah, I mean, buddy, she likes you. And she likes you for the way that you've been acting. So I don't think you need me to coach you through how to be on a date with Solarka, because she doesn't like me. She doesn't like my particular brand. She likes you. And as much as I could try to replicate it, I can't be you, Pog. So yeah, I would ask her on a date, take her to the ship's cat, and just have a good time.
Thanks, Ari.
Of course, buddy.
Thanks. Thank you.
Here's your bacon. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I already did. Okay.
Then I'm gonna go with him to work the next morning to ask Solarka on a date.
By the way, buddy, can I come by Sword and Sheath to use the stones up in the rooms again? My hands are just they're 10 times worse than they were last week.
We actually talked about it while you were at work, and we would really like for you to come get clean at the bar, please.
Okay, cool.
Come clean every Ari.
I've never.
No.
Where does it all come from? I don't drink this much liquid during the day. I don't know where it all comes from.
Clean.
So much sweat. I hate it.
Is that why it always smells like whiskey in here?
Yeah. Whiskey and sadness. It's Ari.
I mean that. Yep, that's my brand.
All right. So the next day, Pog approaches the black iron,
You go in first. Just go in first. You go in first. Like you're going to work.
Okay, so Ari walks in and, in his best broken giant, starts greeting everyone and asking what needs to be done. Yeah.
As usual, first thing in the morning, Hular shoves a bucket into your hand.
Zaralashta. I got it. And Ari walks past Pog and just gives you a kind of pat on the shoulder. Says, "Good luck, buddy."
Thank you.
But in giant.
Excuse me?
Ari's already done.
There's grease on your shoulder now.
Already? He has only picked up a water bucket, and I am soiled. Thanks. Can I see Solarka?
Yep, she is setting out.
That's a question for
tables
Hular.
and
Can you see Solarka?
laying out the? She is setting out the tables and laying out the goods on the tables as she usually does first thing in the morning.
Just over to her, kind of a attempt at casual walk. Hey. How are you today, Solarka?
I am doing well. How are you today, Pog?
Nervous. Good.
Is something happening today?
Solarka, I am nervous to talk to you today. You guys, y'all start with the fires really early. Solarka, would you want to go on a dinner foods date with me? To a date with me?
Make a persuasion check.
Make a deception check. See if you can trick her into this.
With advantage because of Ari's scouting?
Sure, Ari helped. Yep, Ari helped.
And I helped. Oh, thank the Lord.
Ari did help. He took 2 damage
13.
down.
13.
He was very helpful.
So her skin is sort of a medium gray, and there's some sort of purplish gray speckling on her skin. Goliaths tend to have a mottled pattern on their skin that's not tattoos; it's just natural occurring. And you notice that the freckles darken very slightly, and she smiles. That would be very nice, Pog. I would like that. You were thinking tonight?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yes, tonight would be very good. Yeah.
Well, that would be fine. Yes. As soon as I'm done with work.
Okay.
Where are we having dinner?
Do you like the ship's cat? We've had
No, I like the ship's cat.
the ship's cat.
That sounds wonderful.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay. So I'll come by this evening, and we can walk there together.
That sounds perfect.
Cool. I'll see you later.
As you turn, she fist bumps you. As you turn, you see Hular watching.
Hi, Mr. Hula. And walking. Unless I'm summoned, walking.
As you begin to walk away, you hear a loud bellow across the marketplace, which is starting to fill up. It's the beginning of the day's business. Pog Harad!
Yep.
You look over and see the immense form of Kolos standing across the marketplace. And everyone in the marketplace stops moving. We need to talk.
Okay.
That's where we'll stop for today. We'll pick up right there on our next episode. I don't want to just breeze past Pog's date because the listeners will revolt if I do. But we are well over our usual attempt at an hour. So we will pause there and pick up right there next time. I'm honest. So, well, we hope you have all enjoyed this little downtime, I suppose, as we look at a little slice of life of our characters when their lives are not being constantly threatened by chaos and disaster. If you would like to get in touch with us, you can do so on all socials at The Geek Pantheon. You'll find a link to our Discord in the description below. And we would love to hear your thoughts on these downtimes. Do you think that Esri and Shade are paid well enough? Are you wondering whether or not Pog gets paid at all? Since we just didn't bring it up at all. Put 5 gold. Put 5 gold in your bank there, buddy. Pog gets paid.
Thanks, man.
Wait a second. He gets
5 gold. That's half of what you got.
Labor.
He makes
1 gold a week.
He makes a gold a week.
Literally
Hard.
saved the place from going out of business. Like, this is earned. And as far as we know, I may still be the only employee there.
And he gets tips. That includes tips.
Everybody likes Pog.
What other blacksmith-related pranks should Solarka's brothers play on Ari?
Yes.
Let us know in the comments below.
Hit him in the head with a hammer. That's the hilarious.
That's the greatest prank.
Got you.
Why is he laughing? We're moving. You can also find Eric streaming over on Twitch at twitch.tv/thegeekpantheon on Sunday mornings, Monday and Tuesday evenings. And you can find Colin streaming as his restaurant life allows over on twitch.tv/sorrybtr. The O is a 0. I hope you enjoyed this as much as we do. Can't wait to see you next time. In the meantime, this has been Khyber Shards. I'm Philip.
I'm Eric.
I'm Colin.
I'm RA.
And I'm Casey.
And thanks for rolling with us.